Well, I will step in. Welcome, everyone. Bri is going to be your facilitator for today, and she is going to show us some Canva, so hard to say that, Canva tips and tricks, and some HTML ideas to kind of help you make your little Canvas course sparkle and add a little something to it. So with that, and Bri is our DE coordinator over at Cuyamaca. So for those of you that are at Grossmont, she's Dave's counterpart. So with that, let's turn it over to Bri.
Thanks, Dawn. Welcome everyone again. Bri Brown, as Dawn mentioned. I'm so excited to facilitate our workshop today, Make Your Canvas Sparkle. So hopefully we'll have some fun learning how to make our courses pretty today, which, sounds like a little bit trivial maybe, but I think making your course pretty and attractive, aesthetically pleasing goes a long way for our students as well. So we can go ahead and get started. I am going to share my screen. And let's see here. I have a resource that I'm going to put into the chat, and maybe somebody from my team can periodically just keep pasting it in throughout the workshop, so it's at the bottom of the chat. So if you click on that link or copy and paste it into your browser, you will have access to the materials that I'll be presenting. I've got tons of resources embedded within the document. So hopefully this will be helpful, not just while you're listening, but later on when you go to try to make your course sparkle after this workshop. So today I'm going to focus really on two key items. Canva that Dawn mentioned, which is kind of a program that I use to create images that you can then upload into your course, decorative images. And then the second tool that I'll show you is HTML. So those are the two big items that I'll be talking about today. So I'll start with Canva. And what I'll do, let's see, Frank or Dawn, can you see all the Zoom controls on my screen right now, or okay, great. All right, what I'll do first is kind of just show you some of the ways that I use Canva in my course, and then I'll show you how to actually use the website to create those materials. So the first thing, I'll just show you my dashboard. So when you log in, a lot of the times when you get actually every time you get assigned a new course, you'll notice that the course card is a pure one color. But notice here that on a lot of these courses, there's decorative images here. So that's one of the things that you can use Canva for, and I'll show you how to create something that you can upload. And another thing that I'll show you, this is my homepage for one of my courses that I teach. So you can see that I have a decorative banner on my homepage that you can then place in different areas throughout the course and just change the text. For example, if you want it to say discussion or submit your assignment, you can vary your banners and create banners. You can also create video thumbnails as well. So those are some of the things that I'll be showing you how to do today. I saw a hand and then it disappeared. Do we have a question?
Just my question, are you going to share the link for this recording with us later, or we can access it on the website of the winter camp?
Yeah, excellent. So yes, this recording will be available on the winter camp website once it's ready. Yes, great question. Okay, so in order to start working on your Canva creations, you will go to canva.com. So if you're following along in the document I sent in the chat, it's that canva.com website that you see right at the top. So it opens like this. Now it automatically logs me in, but if you're using this for the first time, you'll just want to create your free account, and you can do that using your email or Gmail, Facebook, or Adobe. It's free of charge. Canva does offer a upgraded account that you can pay for, but I think everything that I'm going to show you today, you can do very well with the free version of Canva. So I recommend trying out the free version first. Okay, so let me move my Zoom controls over here. All right, so the first thing that I want to show you is the banners. Okay, so when you log into Canva, you will see a create a design button up here in the top right-hand corner. And this is where I go to start almost all of my Canva designs. So when you click on create a design, you can actually type in Canvas banner. There you go. And then you just click on it. And I recommend doing that because it will give you you see the white box there that it gives you. That is the perfect size for you to insert later on into your page. And so you notice this is the same shape as this guy right here, the Black Literature banner at the top. So that's what we're going for. So there's a few different things that you can do to get started. You can start from a template. So you can see all of these different templates in here. The only ones you won't have access to with the free account are the ones with the crown that say Pro. So you can pull in a template. Let's say you like this one. You just click on it and it appears on the right-hand side. Now, the beauty of Canva is that you can change all of the different elements that you see here. And I actually am going to choose a different one. Let's try this one here. I want to show you more that you can change. So you notice that there's a color box that appears in the upper left-hand corner. When you click on an element, that is what you're telling Canva that you'd like to customize. So there will be a thin blue line around the element that you're editing. So if you click on this purple, you can change the color, right? So anything that you see there can be customized to whatever you'd like it to be. So let's say we like maybe a softer blue. Then you see each of these, let's see here. You can hit the backspace, for example, if you want to delete an element, if you think this might be a little bit too busy. And then you can change all of the text that's here as well. So let's say welcome,
I'm sorry, Dr. Brown. Can you please repeat how to get to Canvas template?
Yeah, so you just you navigate to canva.com. You log in, you create a design, and then I just typed in canvas and selected banner. Did that answer your question? Hopefully.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, great. So once you open the Canvas banner, you'll see a white blank rectangle here. And then automatically the templates will just already be loaded here on the left-hand side. And then you can just click on one that you want to start with, right? So if you like this one, for example, right? So you can come in here and edit every single element that you see. So you notice when I select the paper clips, there's colors that appear up here. And that's telling you that you can change the color of those, right? You can change this if you'd like to any color that you want. You just keep selecting the cards and it'll change different elements. So let's say you like this one, welcome to Bio 110, for example. Now this font might be a little bit hard to read. So you can edit the font here to make it whatever you'd like. You can move using your arrow keys, or you can just grab the element and move it, right? There's lots of different things that you can do to customize this.
Excuse me, can you tell us how you change the font again? Where is the font button?
Yep.
Oh,
So,
up on the upper left, or right here on the left?
yeah, so sorry, let me slow down just a smidge here. So you want to select the item that you want to edit. So let's say I want to edit the text. I'll click on the text and you notice that the text font drop down now appears. So now you can change this to whatever font you want, right? And then you can also come in here and change the size if you want to. So you kind of keep just playing around with the tools until you get your banner looking the way you want it to look, right? If you'd like to, you can also start from scratch. So for example, I can add a page and I can play around in this page. And let's say I want to start from scratch. So let's select white. Okay, so now I'm back to square one. And let's say I want to build this just from a blank square, a blank rectangle. I can go and play on the left-hand side here with all of these elements, right? So if I want a background, I can select any of these images, right? Let's say I like the dots. It'll put a background in there for you. You can come over here to text, and you can either use one of their templates and customize it, or you can just add, right? Right? And then to edit it again, you click on it and you can change the font, right? You can change the size. You can change the color of the font. So you kind of just play around, like I said, with all the elements until it's exactly the way you want it.
Excuse me, I noticed that on the left, there's also an upload with that little cloud.
Yeah,
Can you pull in a photograph from your computer?
yes, you can. So if you,
Terrific.
yep.
Yeah.
So uploads here, I have some that I've worked with the different designs, but let's say you wanted the district image, right? You can pull that in, and then you just want to grab it, make sure you're grabbing the right thing, and then you can move it, right? You can stretch it to make it smaller. You can move it around wherever you'd like it to go, right? So yeah, you can upload, you can add elements. So these are going to be things like shapes and lines. So there's so many different things that you can do. I do warn you that this can get very addicting very fast. So I just pulled in a circle, for example, and let's say I want to stretch it all the way out and make it kind of a background for the text. So we notice that it's hard to read, so we can change the color if we want. Let's make it like a beige, right? We can even, I'm still editing that oval. I can come over here and make it more transparent if I want to. Right, I can soften it, right? So really this is just a matter of playing with all the different functions in Canva to create your designs. Really, this is whatever you want to make it. Let me see, I think I see something in the chat. Okay, thank you, Dave. So let's say that we are happy with this banner, right? What you'll do in order to get this into your Canvas course, you will come over here to share and then download. Now, before I do that, I just want to draw your attention here. You see how these are different pages. Page 1 is this Welcome to Bio 110. Page 2 is Welcome to English 124, right? So you want to make sure you're downloading the page or pages that you want. So Canva gives you the option to select which ones you want. So when you click on share and download, let's say I only want page 2. You come to the select pages and then just select page 2. When you're ready, you click done and download. And it's going to download as a PNG file. Okay, so I am going to open it. And I think I have my share settings correct to where you can see this pop-up that just opened. And then I'm going to save it. I'm going to put it on my desktop for now just to make it easier for me to find it. Okay. So it's on my desktop now. I'm going to close this, and then I'm going to come over to the page where I want to insert the image. So I'm just in a blank page for our winter camp workshop. You go to edit on the page. You click inside the rich content editor, this rectangle here, and then you come over to image, upload. You just click the little rocket and then find your image and open. And then I'm going to make this decorative for accessibility and click submit. And so you can see that it stretches the length of, or excuse me, the width of the page, and then I'll go ahead and save it. And now you have a banner on your page. So I am actually going to stop share and take questions before I show you the different kinds of things you can do in Canva. Pandy, you're muted.
Okay. When you save the banner, how do you put it on, for example, your home page? How do you get it from Pages to your home page? So that's the first thing they see. It's a banner for your class, the name of your class.
Meaning, how do you select a page to make your cover, your front page is what you're
Right.
asking.
Right.
I can do that right now. Great question. So let's share. All right, so I'm going to publish this. Okay, I believe your homepage needs to be published first. So let me see if I can do it from here. Okay, so on any page in your course, you can come over to the three dots and select use as front page.
Okay.
So that's step one. There's one more step that you need to do. I believe, I always forget if it's home or settings. Forgive me if I select the wrong one. Okay, it is home. And then on the right-hand side, you'll see a button that says choose home page. And then you want to make sure pages front page is selected. So we selected that we selected the winter camp page as the front page. And now we're selecting pages as the home page. And so you notice, and I apologize, Frank, I just changed our CC faculty resources homepage, but I'll change it back. But you can see now that that's our homepage.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And so you can insert Canva images anywhere in your course that you have a rich content editor. So I just showed you the home page, but you'll notice even when you create an assignment, I believe I have one in here. Nope. So this is a discussion. So you can see I created one for all discussions. All of them will say, let's discuss. And then for my assignments, they'll all say like, let's practice or submit your assignment here or something like that, just to kind of create some cohesion for the students. Repeat those steps. Yes, is the homepage steps or downloading from Canva, Julie? I'm not sure which steps Julie means. I want to say,
Bri?
yes.
So I understand how to get it, how to download it. Does it have to be pasted in a page?
No, so anywhere where there's a rich content editor. So for example, this is a discussion.
Uh-huh.
So if I go to edit, anywhere where you see these buttons here, where you see, yeah, any of these. So you're looking for this guy right here, the image button.
Okay.
anywhere where that appears in your course. So that would be assignments, discussions, announcements, pages. I would say it's in almost everything. The couple of places that you can't do it would be the Canvas inbox, the speed grader on I believe you can even do it on quizzes because there's an instruction field for your quizzes as well. Yeah.
So do you choose one banner for all your discussions and like one banner for all your assignments and one banner for all your tests or that sort of thing? Or one
Yeah.
can anyway?
Yeah, let me show you. So one other feature I was going to show you all is that Canva allows you to have folders. So I have folders and I'll show you my English courses folder. So for example, I'm teaching Black Lit this semester. And so I just selected that Black Lit file here. And so you can see I've got page number 1 will be my home page. And it's loading just a second here. There we go. So the first page I put on my home page. Page 2, this one I put on all my discussions. This page 3 I put on my peer reviews. Page 4 is all my module overview pages.
They all look the same to me, I'm sorry.
So they are. All I did was I changed the text.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just for the students. But you could also create different banners for everything if you want to. What I typically do is I have one design for each of the different preps that I have. So like this is my Black Lit design, but I have different designs for my other courses. So like I use bubbles for my English 120. I use tiles for my English 122. It's just a way for me to visually know what class I'm working on. But you're also, like I said, welcome to do whatever you think is good for your class. One benefit of having the same banner is in Canva. When you're working on a page, you can just press this plus sign to duplicate. And then all you have to do is change the text. And now you've got the next banner ready to go. So it's kind of a cheat, a little workaround there to streamline the process, like just changing the text after you're happy with it.
Bri, it looks like you have 2 questions. Jennifer and Susan have their hand up.
Oh, thank you. Jennifer, or whoever was first.
Hi, hopefully this will be quick. When you are changing the text on the banner, is the only way to have that same banner with different text by going back to Canva, or can you do it in Canvas by changing the HTML or anything?
No, you have to do it in Canva because it's an image. So it's kind of like taking a screenshot.
Okay.
And uploading it. Yeah. So you'd have to come back into Canva to change the text and download it as a separate file and then upload it.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. That actually is a good question as well, because when you go to share, there is an option when you download to download all the pages at the same time, and it will download a zip file for you. So they'll all be in the same place, and then you can just pull each one in. You don't have to download them one at a time, if that makes sense. And I think Dawn said there was one more question.
Yes, Susan.
Is it better, and I put this in the chat too. Okay, so I've created a document that is my assignment. Now, is it better? Is that what I do? I create the assignment and then insert the banner at the top?
You can do it.
Or do I have the banner at the top of a page and then somehow move into Word and create the assignment? Which way round is best?
It doesn't It doesn't really matter which way you do it. So you're talking about an assignment, and then you upload the prompt as a Word document.
Yeah, can you do that?
Yes, you can. Yeah. So when you're working in your rich content editor, let's say you have the image already there. You just
Okay.
put your cursor wherever you want your file and maybe give yourself a couple more enters. And then you can say, here is the prompt or something.
Yeah.
And then you just highlight the words and you go to insert document, upload document. And then you select the file that you want, and then it will be linked right here.
Okay, it's just like inserting anything that we do.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
that we've done everywhere else.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I have a question. Can you,
Yeah.
before I ask it, can you tell me how long this goes to? What time are we going to go to?
I will stop share for this question. So you can easily go down a rabbit hole. If you can totally get lost in Canva land. And I've spent entire winter breaks, I kind of just lose track of time. But if I guess I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I'm like, oh, this has to be a slightly different shade of green or whatever, but if you're just trying to do something quickly, I've also done that. So
No,
it just
I mean, how long do we have for this session?
Oh,
before I
I'm
ask that next
sorry.
question?
Oh, we have 30 more minutes.
Okay.
I was going to transition to HTML in a little bit.
Are you going
But
to show us how to make the course box?
yes.
Great, thank you.
Yes, Pandy. You're muted. No worries.
There we go. If you are uploading an image to use, do you still have all the editing capabilities?
You have to, if you want to edit, you have to go back into Canva. So it won't automatically upload. It won't automatically update your upload, if that makes sense. Like if you make a change to your image, you have to go back and re-upload it with the new version.
Right. Okay. All right. Yes.
Was that your question?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not like Google Docs, unfortunately, where it automatically uploads and updates. Yeah, you have to go back in with each of the changes.
And is there
Mhm.
usually a sizing issue when you're uploading a photograph or an image from the internet or something?
Sometimes it can get blurry if you're uploading into Canva. So you just want to make sure, you kind of have to search around for a good size photo if you're using the upload.
Okay.
But as far as uploading into Canvas, they have preset
Right.
things. So they always work. They're tried and true.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can move now to talking about the other way that I use Canva. And it's all the same process. It's just a different thing that you select in the very beginning. So when you come over here to create a design, I would type in YouTube thumbnail. YouTube thumbnail. And you'll notice when you select it, the size is slightly different and the shape is closer to a square than the other one. So you can go through the same exact design process, the same exact download and upload process. And where this can go is in your course card. It can also go on any Canvas Studio video thumbnail, any YouTube video thumbnail. So that one is pretty versatile. I'll go into my sandbox here and show you how to do that. So you're in your course and then you click on settings. In your course, you click settings, and then there's at the very top, there's an image. And then all you have to do is select the 3 dots and choose image. And you can either upload your Canva design, or you can get a free openly shared image. So you can go to like chemistry or something, and you can select a photo this way. Or like I said, you can upload your any Canva design there. And the YouTube thumbnail is the one that you'll want to create for this because it'll be the perfect size. So again, I am in settings, course details, and then the 3 dots right next to the image field. So if you were in my workshop earlier, I showed you that I have Canvas Studio videos all over my course. And I always like to upload thumbnails to my videos, which is this here. So instead of seeing like an awkward pause wherever it takes like a screen capture, you can put a thumbnail over it so it looks really pretty and professional and sparkly. So that's what I'm referring to there.
So Bri, how do you get that, or can you get that thumbnail in the studio video after you've already uploaded it into a page?
Yeah.
You would just go back and to the edit part to, okay.
Yeah, so that actually you don't have to re-embed your Canvas Studio video. So let's pretend here that I didn't have a thumbnail here. If I went into Studio, let me actually come in here. Yeah, so you can go to any of your videos, select the 3 dots and replace thumbnail.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what Studio is again? Is that take us into Canva?
Studio is in Canvas, and I had a Canvas Studio workshop this morning at 10. So if you come back into if you're interested, you can go back into our website and watch the session if you'd like to. But just a quick overview, it's a video recording software that's embedded straight into Canvas that you can pull into your courses. All right. So are there any other questions on Canva?
Dr. Brown, this is Michelle. I have just go through the steps of overview of your video covers, like more like suggestions. Do you have it by topic or do you have it by activity, assignments, the covers of each of these videos?
So I'm working right now. I actually got some feedback that it would be helpful to have different thumbnails for different kinds of videos in my course. So you can see I'm in the process now of changing them out. But you can see like that one's researching lit criticism. And then I have one on my homepage that's, I believe, just welcome to Blacklit or something like that. Are you talking about the naming practices or did you have a different question?
No, I just was curious on how you made a decision what to put on the front cover of each video. I have different kinds of videos, and so I was just curious of your decision making. Thank you.
Yeah. So I record videos every week for my module overview. So I'll have thumbnails that say module 1 overview, module 2 overview, etc., all the way through, so that students know they're not encountering the same video that they've already watched. It's a way to tell them this is new. This is something you haven't seen, by indicating that on the thumbnail. But yeah, I'm still working on that. Before this semester, I just used the same one for all the videos, but I do think it'll be helpful to have different naming practices.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm seeing some stuff in the chat. How did you add the syllabus announcement in grade link? syllabus. So Stephanie, these are buttons, and we're actually getting to HTML. So that's actually a really good segue. Just sit tight and I can circle back. Where do you find the winter camp page with your studio video session? If somebody could paste in the, somebody from the winter camp team could paste in the Adobe Spark website for Julie. The, I don't believe the recording is there yet, but it will be there as soon as the recordings are available.
And we'd be able to watch your the 9 the one you taught at 9 this morning. Or is that
Yes.
offered tomorrow?
No, that one was offered earlier this morning.
Only.
Yeah, I am doing an encore session, however, next week during Flex. I don't remember the day or time, but it will be next week, and I will be doing studio again, if you're interested.
But we can watch it on at this URL here, Express Adobe page.
Yes, yeah, it will pull up this Adobe Spark page, and then underneath each of the sessions, we'll be posting the recordings. Yeah, Pandy. You're muted. No problem at all. Let me see if let me see if that helps. Did that help? There you go.
Okay. Somehow my computer has stopped for some
No
reason.
worries.
Anyway, I want to just divert for just a minute, if I may, and ask you just a general question about Studio. Do you post all of your videos on Studio, or do you insert them in your modules? I'm just curious in terms of organizing your course.
So I embed all my videos on pages throughout the course. So
Okay, so on your modules?
yes, but they're not standalone items. They're pages within the modules.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll just show you one really briefly here. So here's my module 2 overview, which tells them what to do for the week.
Okay.
So I'll have my banner. I'll show you how to do these little lines for the HTML. And then I've got the overview video and then deadlines and the learning outcomes.
Okay.
And
Great.
that's like every week, the first page of their module.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to show us how to do the course card.
I believe I did. That was going to settings. And then the 3 dots right here is where you would choose your image. And that's where you would upload your thumbnail that you created in Canva.
And you just go ahead and go right to
I'm in a Zoom conference.
your
I'm sorry, what was the?
In Canvas, you just go right to your all of your courses and
So in Canvas, if you're on your dashboard,
yes.
you will scroll to whatever course you'd like to change your photo for. So let's say you wanted to change this one, you would click on the course and then you'd go to settings. And then the 3 dots right here next to image, choose image up, and then you would upload it. And that's how you would change the course card.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So that is something you would create in Canva, and it's the YouTube thumbnail. When you go home in Canva, create design. If you select YouTube thumbnail and then create your design, it will automatically create the correct size for your course card. And then you go through the same download and upload process as the rest of your designs.
And you saved it on your computer.
Yeah.
And then you upload it. Okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
Many of the documents are files rather than pages. Can I do all this with files? So Susan, we recommend that if possible, you convert your documents to Canvas pages to make the content just more accessible for students. But if you're uploading Word documents, you wouldn't be putting Canva images in your Word documents per se. What I would recommend is you insert the Canva image to the top of your page and then add in your Word documents to that same page underneath. So I'm going to go ahead and close out the Canva tabs that I have open here.
It looks like Susan may have been trying to ask a question, but she was muted. So I don't, Susan, did you need to talk or are you talking to somebody else?
Thank you for noticing. If my thought comes around again, I'll put up my hand. Okay, thank you.
Sorry, Susan, I can't
No
see.
worries.
I can't see all of the the
Mhm.
Zoom stuff at the same time. I apologize. And I'm happy to help anybody one-on-one. If you want to reach out to me, I'd be more than happy to work with you in an appointment to sparkle up your course too.
How would we contact you?
I'm sorry?
How would we contact you?
I can put my email right here in the chat. Actually, if somebody from my team could do that, I can't get to the chat right now. And Susan, did you think of your question?
Yes, I did.
Okay, great.
Okay, how you mentioned converting, say, a document that I have that I'm calling a file, and to convert it to a page. How would I do that?
You can copy all the content from a Word document, let's say, into a page. So yeah, so you can go into pages in your course and let's see. View all pages, add a page, title, and then you would paste all your Word document content right here.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then you'd use these buttons to make the
Sure.
content accessible, like the headers and things.
Yes.
So that's just what I mean, is just transferring it into a flat page on Canvas for students.
That should be good enough.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great, no problem. Okay, so I would like to talk a little bit about HTML. I am noticing the time. Let me see here. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Frank, for putting in my email. Oh, I did want to mention too that those same YouTube thumbnails that you're doing in Canva, you could also use as Zoom backgrounds, which is pretty cool. So that's actually how we created the winter camp Zoom backgrounds that you see. I lost you all. I'm going to stop sharing. But the Zoom backgrounds that we created for our winter camp team were created using Canva, the video thumbnail, the YouTube thumbnail feature. I think I'll do a very quick version of HTML. I'm not going to do a deep dive, but I did want to kind of just give those of you interested a quick introduction to HTML. So in the document that I pasted in the chat, it gives you the overview of HTML and styles. What I want to show you is where you can find the HTML. So let's come in here and go to pages. And I'll go ahead and add a page just to show. Okay, so when you're in your rich content editor, this is where you're typing, you might be uploading your Canva banners, right? You're making stylistic changes. But when you toggle over to the HTML here, it's the less than greater than sign in the bottom right hand corner. When you click on that, this is where you will see the code that's behind all those styles that you've created. So I can show you maybe a more complex one, which is this here. So you can see all the code, and it looks kind of scary, but this is the code behind all of these styles, right? And so what I've given you in this handout over here is a list of all the code that you can simply copy and paste into that HTML view to sparkle up your course. And so we can scroll down. I'm going to scroll down to HTML coding. So on your handout, anything highlighted in yellow are things that you can edit, right? It's usually going to be a color or thing or text that you write. But I just want to demonstrate the process really quickly. So let's say that you like this. Let me go down actually. A lot of people like lines. So let's say that you like this really thick line right here. So I've given you the code and then what it's going to look like on your page. So here's the code that I'm going to copy and paste. I just hit Control-C on my keyboard. I'm going to come back over to the page and paste it into my HTML with Control-V. When I toggle back over, you'll see that the line is there. And you can click Save to see how it's going to look on your page. So there we have a line, right? So that's it. I don't know code. I'll be very transparent. All I've ever done was copy and paste in order to sparkle up my course. So for example, you like this double line, you just copy and paste this code right into the HTML. And it will generate that double line for you. And then you can, oh, I'm sorry?
Are we going to have access to this little cheat sheet?
Yeah, it should be in the chat. If somebody from my team wouldn't mind pasting it in again, that would be great. And so these codes here, the series of numbers and letters are codes for colors. And so I will show you, let me come back up here. Let's see what page this is. Page 3 at the bottom. I've given you a link for all the color codes. So if you click on it, you can choose from the spectrum. Let's say you want something, medium blue. It's going to generate that code right here. So you could copy that, come back to your HTML. Let's say I want that line to be that blue color. I am just going to change out that code for the color I have copied. And now it's going to turn it blue. So I think between having that HTML for the color codes and all of the code that is in your document, you can really customize your page to have all of these design elements on there. So if we keep going, there's headers, there's different kinds of lines that you can do. You can have text with a solid background. I've given you tons of different options here that you can play with. There's a shadow text box. And again, all you're doing is just copying and pasting the code. It's a beautiful thing. I can show the text box. I'll copy and paste this into my HTML. Something that I also find helpful is if your HTML gets really long, Jody Reed taught me this. You type in a bunch of Z's into the rich content editor, and then you can toggle over, and it'll be much easier to find in the HTML later on. And then you can just paste in the code that you have copied. And there's your text box. So once you get this in here, now you can type straight in to include any text that you want to emphasize here. Right? So it's just a matter of copying and pasting. If you mess up, it's okay. I've done it a bunch of times and my page has gotten all wonky. Beautiful thing in Canvas is you can go to the 3 dots at the top of your page at any time, go to view page history, and you can revert back to an earlier version of the page. So you can select that and go to restore this version, and no harm, no foul. I've had to do that multiple times, just, going too fast with the HTML. So I recommend as you're going to save often so that you can revert back in the page history to a specific change that you made. All right. I do have some other cool things on the handout here. I know one of the popular ones is tabs, and so I was trying to get enough time to show you that here. You can do tabs, which will show like this on your page. And this is really great to chunk a page if you have a lot of information on it, so students don't have to scroll too far down. So I'm going to copy and paste the code for the tabs. And these tend to be a little bit more finicky. Let's see if I can do it with you all watching. Okay, so let's go to edit. And then I'm gonna give myself a little bit more room here. I'm gonna Z. I'm gonna go to HTML, and then I'm going to paste my tabs. So the one thing about tabs is it won't look like tabs until you save the page. So you can see that it's probably going to be okay. But when you click save, now we know that it worked, right? So you can toggle over to the different tabs and paste in content here for each of your tabs. And then you can change the background color from green to something else if you'd like as well. So the multiple Z's, it's really just to be able to find where the corresponding HTML will go. You'll notice now our HTML is getting pretty long. So in order to find exactly where you want something, sometimes it's helpful to just see Z so you know where to paste it in. You don't have to do it. It's just a little trick that I picked up.
Hey, Bri.
Yes.
Yeah, you can stretch that box with those
Oh, yes.
8 dots. Yeah.
That's true. Yes, you can. Thank you for that.
And when you type in the ZZZs, when you go to paste in, you just paste over the ZZZ.
Yeah, or if you want to leave them in, so let's say, yeah, you can always delete them later. So if you do that and then you toggle over, right? Let's say maybe I'll put the tabs underneath there just to show you. When you go back, you can always just delete the Z's too. You could do it either way. Right. So for me, that's really all I do for HTML is copy and paste and then maybe switch out the color or two. But you can see how you can really start to make your course really sparkly if you have a banner and then maybe a line, and then maybe you have an image that's like over to the left, right? So it's just a way to make your course sparkly. So lots of fun stuff. I know I had a question about buttons earlier. I do have some button HTML right here that you can use. And you can see the kinds of buttons that you'll get depending on which of the two options you choose to paste in. I know that was a rapid fire HTML. Like I said, I'm happy to work one-on-one with anyone who would like to, and I am happy to take some questions as well.
Well, we can access all that on the URL you gave us, correct?
Yes.
And that includes the colors as well.